Introduction about the book of Dr. Meenakshi Bansal. Good Parenting. Raising happy, confident, and kind kids is your practical and heartwarming guide to nurturing children who thrive. This audiobook offers simple, effective strategies to build trust, confidence, and empathy in your child. Each chapter provides everyday tips for setting boundaries, communicating with love, and guiding your child through life's challenges. Whether you are a new parent or seeking to strengthen family bonds, this journey will empower you to raise kids who are not only happy and confident but also kind, respectful, and ready to shine in the world. Let's walk this parenting path together, one loving choice at a time. Chapter 1. The Heart of Parenting. Love, Patience, and Understanding. Being a parent is one of the most rewarding, and sometimes challenging, roles you'll ever have. It's a journey filled with moments of joy, laughter, and learning, but it also comes with tough times and hard decisions. At the heart of good parenting are three simple yet powerful qualities: love, patience, and understanding. These are the building blocks that help your child grow into a happy, confident, and kind person. Love is the most important part of parenting. Children need to know that they are loved unconditionally, not just when they're behaving well or getting good grades, but always. Love means hugging your child, telling them you care, and showing them that they matter. It's about being there for them, whether they're happy or sad, excited or scared. When a child feels loved, they feel safe and secure. This helps them build confidence and trust in themselves and the world. Patience is another key to good parenting. Children are learning and growing every day, and sometimes that means making mistakes, asking endless questions, or testing boundaries. It's normal for kids to be noisy, messy, and sometimes challenging. When you respond with patience instead of anger, you are teaching your child that it's okay to learn at their own pace. Patience also helps you stay calm and think clearly, even when things get tough. Remember, you're not just raising a child, you are guiding a human being through the ups and downs of life. Understanding means seeing the world through your child's eyes. It's easy to forget how big and confusing the world can seem to a young child. Try to remember what it felt like to be small and unsure. Understanding means listening without judging, asking questions, and showing empathy. When your child is upset, instead of saying, "Stop crying," you might ask, "Can you tell me why you are feeling this way?" This helps them feel heard and respected, and it teaches them to understand their own emotions. Together, love, patience, and understanding create a strong foundation for your child's growth. They help your child feel safe, valued, and ready to face the world. These qualities also help you build a close, trusting relationship that will last a lifetime. Remember, no parent is perfect. Everyone has days when they feel tired, frustrated, or unsure. That's okay. What matters is that you keep trying, keep loving, and keep showing up for your child. Every hug, every kind word, and every moment of listening counts. As we continue this journey, we'll explore practical ways to bring love, patience, and understanding into every part of your parenting. Together, we can help you build a family where everyone feels valued, supported, and loved, one day, one moment, and one step at a time. Chapter 2. Building Strong Bonds, Creating Trust and Connection. A strong bond between a parent and a child is like a bridge. It carries love, trust, and understanding back and forth. This bond gives your child the security they need to grow into a happy and confident person. In this chapter, we'll explore how to build that strong connection and create a sense of trust that lasts a lifetime. Trust is the foundation of a healthy parent-child relationship. When your child knows they can count on you, they feel safe and loved. This trust grows every time you keep a promise, listen carefully, or show up when they need you. Even small things, like being on time to pick them up from school or keeping your word, help build this trust over time. Connection is about making your child feel that you truly see and value them. One of the best ways to create this connection is by spending quality time together. This doesn't always mean doing big activities or expensive trips. Simple moments, like reading a book, playing a game, or sharing a meal, can be the most meaningful. During these times, put away your phone and give your full attention. This shows your child that they matter more than any distraction. Listening is another key to building trust and connection. When your child talks to you, really listen. Look into their eyes, nod, and respond with kindness. Try not to interrupt or judge. Even if they're sharing something small, listening shows that you care. This encourages them to come to you with bigger problems in the future. Empathy, understanding your child's feelings, also strengthens your bond. When your child is upset, instead of saying, "Don't cry," try saying, "I can see you are upset. Do you want to tell me what happened?" This helps them feel heard and respected, and it teaches them to understand their own feelings. Routine and rituals are simple ways to build trust and connection. For example, a bedtime story, a daily walk, or a special family meal can create moments of closeness that your child looks forward to. These small traditions become part of the glue that holds your relationship together. Sometimes, you'll face challenges, like disagreements or bad days. That's normal. When trust and connection are strong, these moments become opportunities to grow. Apologize if you make a mistake, and show your child that everyone can learn and improve. Remember, building a strong bond is a journey. Every smile, every hug, and every kind word adds to the bridge you're building. Over time, your child learns that no matter what, you're there for them. Let's keep exploring ways to strengthen this bond. With trust and connection, you are giving your child a safe, loving foundation that helps them thrive in every part of their life. Chapter 3: Setting Boundaries, Balancing Rules with Freedom. As parents, we want our children to grow up to be kind, respectful, and independent. One of the best ways to guide them is by setting boundaries, rules that help them understand what's okay and what's not. But just as important is giving them freedom to explore, make choices, and learn from their experiences. In this chapter, we'll talk about how to find the right balance between setting rules and giving freedom. Boundaries help children feel safe. They show kids that you care about their well-being and want to protect them. Simple rules like bedtime routines, screen time limits, or taking turns with toys help kids learn structure and respect. When children know what's expected, they feel more secure and confident. But boundaries aren't just about saying no. They're also about explaining why. For example, instead of just saying, "You can't play in the street," you might say, "I'm worried about your safety because of cars, so let's find a safer place to play." This helps your child understand the reason behind the rule and teaches them to think about safety and respect. At the same time, children need freedom to learn and grow. Freedom lets them make choices, be creative, and solve problems. This builds confidence and independence. For example, you might let your child choose their own clothes, decide what game to play, or help plan a family meal. These small choices show that you trust them and value their opinions. Finding the right balance means being flexible. Every child is different, and what works for one may not work for another. A toddler needs different rules than a teenager. It's important to adjust boundaries as your child grows and learns. As they show responsibility, you can offer more freedom. If they make mistakes, you can guide them with love and patience. When setting boundaries, it helps to be clear and consistent. If a rule is important, like no hitting, make sure it's always followed. If rules change all the time, children can get confused and feel unsure about what's expected. Consistency builds trust and makes your child feel secure. Positive discipline is key. Instead of yelling or punishing, try talking about what happened and what can be done better next time. For example, instead of saying, "You're bad for hitting," try saying, "Hitting hurts." Let's talk about other ways to show you're upset. This helps your child learn from their mistakes without feeling ashamed. Remember, setting boundaries with love and giving freedom with trust helps your child grow into a responsible, caring person. It's a dance between guiding and letting go, between holding them close and letting them fly. With patience, understanding, and a lot of love, you can create a home where rules and freedom work together to help your child thrive. Let's keep learning how to guide with kindness and lead with love, one day at a time. Chapter 4: Teaching Values, kindness, respect, and responsibility. One of the most important parts of being a parent is teaching your child the values that will guide them through life. Values are like a compass that helps kids make good choices and treat others with kindness and respect. In this chapter, we'll explore how to teach your child three of the most important values: kindness, respect, and responsibility. Let's start with kindness. Kindness means caring for others, helping when you can, and using gentle words and actions. You can teach kindness by modeling it yourself. When your child sees you helping a neighbor, comforting a friend, or being polite, they learn how to treat others. Encourage your child to be kind by praising their good deeds, like sharing toys or helping a sibling. Simple phrases like, "That was kind of you to help your friend," show them that you notice and appreciate their efforts. Next is respect. Respect means treating others the way you'd like to be treated. It also means valuing yourself and the world around you. Teach respect by showing it in your daily life. Use polite words like please and thank you. Listen when others speak, and talk calmly even when you're upset. Explain to your child that everyone deserves respect: family members, friends, teachers, and even people they don't know. Set clear rules about respectful behavior, like no hitting or name calling. When your child makes a mistake, talk to them gently about how their actions affect others and how they can make things right. Finally, let's talk about responsibility. Responsibility means taking care of yourself, others, and the things that matter. It's about doing what you say you'll do and learning from your mistakes. Teach responsibility by giving your child age-appropriate tasks, like putting away their toys, helping set the table, or feeding a pet. When they complete these tasks, praise their efforts and let them know you trust them. If they forget, gently remind them and talk about why being responsible is important. Remember, teaching values isn't just about words, it's about actions. Children learn best by watching you. If you want your child to be kind, respectful, and responsible, show these values in your own life. Talk about why these values matter, share stories that highlight them, and celebrate the times when your child shows them. It's also important to be patient. Learning values takes time, and kids will make mistakes along the way. Use those moments as opportunities to teach and guide with love. Every time you talk about kindness, respect, and responsibility, you're helping your child grow into a caring, thoughtful, and confident person. Let's keep working together to build a strong foundation of values, one conversation, one action, and one loving example at a time. With your guidance, your child can learn to navigate the world with kindness in their heart, respect for others, and a sense of responsibility that will serve them well throughout their life. Chapter 5: Communication Matters. Listening and talking with your child. One of the most powerful tools a parent has is communication. Talking and listening with your child builds trust, strengthens your relationship, and helps them feel understood. In this chapter, let's explore why communication matters so much and how you can make it a positive part of your daily life. Listening is at the heart of good communication. When you really listen to your child, you are showing them that their thoughts and feelings matter. Listening means giving them your full attention, putting away your phone, making eye contact, and being patient as they speak. Sometimes, children take time to find the right words, so let them finish without interrupting. A simple nod or a smile can show that you're interested and that you care. When you listen well, your child feels safe to share their thoughts, dreams, and worries. This builds trust and helps them learn that you're someone they can come to with anything, big or small. Good listening also teaches them how to be good listeners themselves, which is an important skill for all their relationships. Talking with your child is just as important. It's not just about giving instructions or saying no when needed. It's about having open and honest conversations. When you talk with your child, use a calm and gentle tone. Even when you're upset, try to keep your voice steady. This helps them feel safe and more likely to listen in return. Ask open-ended questions that invite conversation, like, "How was your day?" or "What did you like best about today?" These questions encourage your child to share more than just yes or no answers. If your child is quiet, be patient. Some kids need time to open up, especially after a busy or stressful day. Honesty is also key. Children can sense when something isn't right, so it's important to be truthful in an age-appropriate way. If something is wrong, like a change in the family or a tough situation, talk to them about it calmly. Let them ask questions and answer as best you can. Being honest builds trust and helps them feel included and respected. Remember that communication is a two-way street. Share your own thoughts and feelings with your child too. Let them know about your day, what makes you happy, or even what you're worried about. This shows them that everyone has feelings and that it's okay to talk about them. Finally, make time for communication every day. Whether it's at dinner, before bed, or during a walk, these moments of connection are priceless. They remind your child that they are important to you and that you care about what they have to say. By listening and talking with love and patience, you are building a relationship that will last a lifetime. Let's keep exploring ways to make communication a strong and beautiful part of your parenting journey. Chapter 6: Nurturing Confidence, Encouraging Independence and Self-Esteem. Every parent wants their child to grow up feeling strong, capable, and proud of who they are. Confidence helps kids try new things, handle challenges, and believe in themselves. In this chapter, let's explore how you can nurture your child's confidence and help them learn to trust themselves. Confidence starts with small successes. When your child tries something new, like riding a bike, reading a book, or tying their shoes, cheer them on. Praise their effort, not just the outcome. Say things like, "I'm so proud of how hard you worked on that," or, "You really kept trying, even when it was tough." This teaches them that trying is just as important as getting it right. Encouraging independence is another key to building confidence. Give your child age-appropriate responsibilities, like helping set the table, picking out their clothes, or feeding the family pet. When they complete these tasks, it shows them that they are capable and trusted. Even small responsibilities help them feel important and teach them valuable skills. Letting your child make choices also builds confidence. Offer choices whenever you can, like choosing between two healthy snacks or picking a book to read together. This gives them a sense of control and shows that you respect their opinions. It's a simple way to help them learn decision-making skills. Mistakes are part of growing up, and they're also a chance to learn. When your child makes a mistake, stay calm and talk about what happened. Instead of focusing on the failure, ask, "What did you learn?" or "What could you do differently next time?" This helps your child see mistakes as opportunities to grow, not reasons to feel bad about themselves. Encourage self-expression by supporting your child's interests. Whether they love drawing, building, dancing, or telling stories, show interest and celebrate their efforts. Let them know that it's okay to be themselves and that their unique talents are something to be proud of. Another important part of nurturing confidence is showing unconditional love. Let your child know that they are loved just for being who they are, not because of their achievements or behavior. Hugs, kind words, and spending time together help them feel valued and secure. Be a role model for confidence. Show them that you believe in yourself too. When you face challenges, talk about how you handle them and remind your child that everyone has strengths and weaknesses. Remember, building confidence takes time and patience. Every word of encouragement, every opportunity to try something new, and every time you listen and believe in your child adds to their sense of self-worth. Let's keep working together to nurture confidence, independence, and self-esteem, helping your child grow into a person who knows they can face the world with courage and a smile. One step at a time, you are giving them a gift that will last a lifetime. Chapter 7: Learning through Play, the Power of Fun and Creativity. Play is more than just fun, it's one of the most important ways children learn and grow. When kids play, they're not just passing the time, they're exploring, imagining, and discovering the world around them. In this chapter, let's explore how play helps your child learn, express themselves, and build the skills they need for a happy, healthy life. First, play helps kids learn new skills. When they stack blocks, they're learning about balance and problem solving. When they play pretend, they're using their imagination, language skills, and even empathy by taking on different roles. Through play, children make sense of their world and build the confidence to try new things. Play also supports emotional growth. When kids play, they can act out feelings in situations that might be too big to talk about. A child who's worried about starting school might pretend to be a teacher or a student in a game, which helps them process their feelings in a safe and comfortable way. Play gives children a healthy way to express emotions, release stress, and learn how to manage challenges. Creativity flourishes during play. When children draw, build with blocks, or make up stories, they're using their imagination to create something new. This sparks problem-solving skills and helps them think in flexible ways. Creative play also encourages kids to see that mistakes are okay and that there's more than one way to solve a problem. Social skills are another big part of play. When children play with others, they learn about sharing, taking turns, and cooperation. They discover how to handle disagreements, negotiate, and work as a team. These social skills are important for building strong relationships with family, friends, and classmates. As a parent, you can support learning through play by making time for it every day. You don't need fancy toys. Simple things like cardboard boxes, art supplies, or a pile of leaves can inspire hours of creativity. Let your child lead the way and show interest in what they're doing. Ask questions, join in the fun, and celebrate their ideas. It's also important to allow for unstructured playtime, where kids can decide what to do without too many rules or directions. This kind of play helps children build independence and creativity. Balancing unstructured play with structured activities like sports or classes helps your child grow in different ways. Finally, remember that play is learning. Even when it looks like your child is just playing, they're developing skills that will help them throughout their life. So, the next time your child wants to play a game, build a fort, or pretend to be a superhero, know that they're not only having fun, they're growing, learning, and becoming more confident every day. Let's keep celebrating the power of play and enjoy these moments of joy, laughter, and discovery together. Chapter 8: Handling Challenges, Discipline and Problem Solving. Every parent faces challenges, especially when it comes to discipline and managing conflicts. Children are still learning about the world, and sometimes they make mistakes or act out. In this chapter, let's talk about gentle and effective ways to guide your child through misbehavior and teach them problem-solving skills that will help them grow. First, it's important to remember that discipline is about teaching, not punishing. The goal is to help your child understand what they did wrong, why it matters, and how to make better choices in the future. Discipline works best when it's done with love, patience, and respect. Stay calm when addressing misbehavior. When you react with anger or harsh words, it can scare or confuse your child. Instead, take a deep breath and approach the situation with a calm and steady voice. This shows your child that you're in control and helps them feel safe enough to listen. Be clear and consistent with your expectations. Let your child know what behavior is okay and what isn't. For example, it's not okay to hit. If you're upset, use your words instead. When rules are clear and consistent, children know what to expect, and they feel more secure. When a problem arises, try to understand the reason behind the behavior. Is your child tired, hungry, or feeling overwhelmed? Sometimes misbehavior is a sign that they need your help with something deeper. By understanding what's really going on, you can respond with empathy and find solutions that work. Use natural consequences when possible. For example, if your child refuses to wear a coat on a cold day, let them feel chilly, as long as it's safe, so they understand why a coat is important. Natural consequences teach lessons in a way that makes sense to children. Problem solving together is a great way to teach responsibility. If your child breaks a rule or makes a mistake, talk to them about what happened. Ask questions like, "Why do you think that happened?" and "What could you do differently next time?" This helps your child think about their choices and learn from them. Praise positive behavior as much as possible. When your child behaves well, let them know you're proud of them. A simple, "I'm so proud of how you shared with your friend today," encourages them to keep making good choices. Remember, discipline is not about being perfect. Every parent makes mistakes, and that's okay. What matters is that you keep trying, keep loving, and keep guiding your child with patience and respect. By using gentle discipline and problem solving, you're helping your child learn how to handle challenges in a healthy way. You are teaching them to think, to grow, and to treat others with kindness. Let's keep building these skills together, one day, one conversation, and one loving choice at a time. Chapter 9: Supporting Emotional Well-being, Helping Kids Cope with Big Feelings. Every child experiences a wide range of emotions, from joy and excitement to fear, anger, and sadness. Learning how to understand and manage these big feelings is an important part of growing up. In this chapter, let's talk about how you can support your child's emotional well-being and help them cope with the challenges that come their way. First, remember that all feelings are okay. It's normal for kids to feel scared before a big test, angry when something feels unfair, or sad when they lose something important to them. Let your child know that it's okay to have these feelings. Say things like, "It's okay to feel upset," or "Everyone feels angry sometimes." This teaches them that emotions are a natural part of life. Listen with empathy. When your child shares their feelings, give them your full attention. Get down to their level, make eye contact, and show that you are listening. Reflect their feelings by saying things like, "I can see you're really upset," or "That sounds like it was really hard for you." This helps your child feel heard and understood, which can make a big difference. Teach your child that feelings are temporary. Remind them that just like a cloud passes in the sky, feelings come and go. When they're upset, say, "It's okay to feel sad. Let's see what we can do to help you feel better." This helps them learn that even tough feelings won't last forever. Help your child learn healthy ways to cope with their emotions. For example, when they're angry, teach them to take deep breaths, count to 10, or take a break until they feel calmer. When they're sad, encourage them to talk about it, draw a picture, or spend time with someone who cares about them. Modeling emotional health is also key. Show your child how you manage your own feelings. For example, if you're frustrated, say, "I'm feeling a bit frustrated right now, so I'm going to take a deep breath." This teaches them that it's okay to have big feelings and that there are positive ways to handle them. Help your child build a toolbox of coping skills. This might include taking deep breaths, talking to a trusted adult, listening to music, or going for a walk. Encourage them to use these tools when they're feeling overwhelmed. Finally, remind your child that it's always okay to ask for help. Let them know that you're there for them, no matter what they're feeling. A hug, a kind word, or simply being present can make a world of difference. Supporting your child's emotional well-being helps them feel stronger, more confident, and ready to face life's challenges. By teaching them that all feelings are okay and that they can handle them, you are giving them a gift that will last a lifetime. Let's keep helping our kids learn and grow, one feeling, one hug, and one loving conversation at a time. Chapter 10: Leading by Example, Being the Parent You Want Your Child to Become. Children learn by watching. They notice what we do even more than what we say. As parents, we are their first teachers, role models, and guides. In this final chapter, let's explore how your actions shape your child's values and behavior, and how you can be the parent you want your child to become. Leading by example means living the values you want to teach your child. If you want your child to be kind, show kindness in your everyday actions, say, "Please," and "Thank you," help others, and treat everyone with respect. When they see you being kind, they learn that it's important to be kind too. Honesty and integrity are also important values to model. When you make a mistake, admit it and apologize. For example, if you lose your temper, say, "I'm sorry for raising my voice. I should have spoken more calmly." This teaches your child that it's okay to make mistakes, and that it's important to take responsibility for them. Patience is another key quality. When you handle challenges with patience, whether it's waiting in a long line or dealing with a difficult situation, You show your child how to stay calm and positive. They learn that patience is a strength that helps us get through tough times. Respect is something every child needs to learn, and the best way to teach it is by showing it. Listen to your child's ideas and feelings, even when they're different from your own. Talk to them with respect, just as you would with a friend. When they feel respected, they're more likely to treat others the same way. Your attitude toward challenges also shapes your child's mindset. If you see problems as opportunities to learn and grow, they will too. For example, instead of saying, "This is too hard," try saying, "Let's see what we can learn from this." This teaches resilience and a positive attitude toward life. Remember, self-care is part of leading by example too. When you take time to rest, eat well, and manage stress, you show your child that taking care of yourself is important. This helps them learn to value their own health and well-being. It's important to know that no parent is perfect. We all make mistakes, and that's okay. What matters most is that you keep trying to do your best, and that you show your child how to grow and learn from mistakes. By leading with love, respect, and honesty, you are giving your child a powerful example to follow. You are showing them how to be kind, patient, and strong. And most of all, you are showing them that being a good person isn't about being perfect. It's about doing your best every day. As we end this journey, remember that the parent you are is the biggest gift you give your child. Keep shining your light, and your child will learn to shine theirs too. Let's keep growing together, one loving choice at a time. Thank you for listening. Good luck to you all.